Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die. They stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for support if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye.
Welcome back to Newsroom. I'm Chella Smith with your Middle East U.S. entertainment news here on YouTube. I air on Fridays. I bring you the latest on reforms and economics of Iraq based on reports put out by the Middle East news media outlets. I do this weekly review and it's based off my interests. Thank you everyone for joining me. Last week we talked about the gold sector, exchange companies, budget tables, the U.S. Treasury, reforms, and the U.S. coalition. Let's take a look at this week's headlines. The Baghdad bank assets has risen to 3.5 trillion dinars. What's going on with these banks? The Bank of Baghdad's assets increased to 3.5 trillion dinars with a 30.4% increase in deposit. Revenues grew by 157 to 211.9 billion dinars in the first half, while profits increased by 176% to 156 billion dinars from 56.6 billion dinars in the previous year. And Iraq's done it again. They have increased its gold holdings to over 148 tons. The World Gold Council has reported that Iraq has increased its gold holdings to over 148 tons, ranking 29th out of 100 countries in the world. Iraq ranks third in the Arab world after Saudi Arabia and Lebanon. The report also revealed that Iraq's gold holdings now stands at 148.3 tons, representing 10.02% of its total reserves. Wow. The United States, Germany, Italy, and Suriname are the top countries with the largest gold reserves in the world. Is the central bank reportedly procrastinating in implementing Sudanese directives by initiating financial initiatives? The Central Bank of Iraq is reportedly delaying the launch of financial initiatives, despite Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani's request. Since 2015, the banks have assisting the private sector in establishing industrial, agriculture, and commercial projects, as well as financing residential units, purchasing amid the housing crisis. Despite this, the bank is now adhering to Prime Minister al-Sudani's directives, despite serving the country's economy by activating development initiatives. Speaking about the Prime Minister, the Sudanese has announced its national development plan for the next 5 years. Iraq's Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani has launched a 5-year development plan from 2024 through 2028, aiming to improve services in all fields. The plan includes infrastructure, clean energy projects, development road, the FAO port, and modern agriculture. Al-Sudani praises the effort of the Ministry of Planning, the ministers, and international partners, stating that the plan is in line with the government's objectives and aims to address internal and external challenges. The plan also includes economic diversification, reforms in the banking and financial sector, and the adoption of electronic systems. Central bank governor. Earlier this week, the central bank governor had stated that 85% of remittances do not pass the U.S. federal system due to fluctuations in the USD price. The central bank governor, Ali Mohsen Al-Alak, has explained the reasons behind the dollar price fluctuation and highlighted that 85% of remittances do not pass through the U.S. federal system. He also discussed the electronic platform role and controlling trade, the housing initiative, U.S. sanctions on Iraqi banks, and the status of hard currency cash reserves with the central bank. Ali al-Awlaq stated that Iraq's hard currency reserves is significant to maintain market balance, and the central bank sells over $250 million daily for foreign trade. And then later in the week, Radal News reported that the Central Bank of Iraq's governor has resigned. Let's talk about it. The bank governor, Ali al-Awlaq, has submitted his resignation to Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, according to Soren Omar, a member of the Iraqi Parliament Economic Committee. The State Council sent a letter to the Iraqi Parliament on 8/1/2024 expressing its view on the continuation of al-Awlaq's post after reaching retirement age. The Iraqi parliament is also protesting against al-Awlaq's actions. Mohammed Nouri, a member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, believes that the replacement of al-Awlaq is necessary due to the country's economic situation and failures to take necessary measures. The oil and gas law is being returned by Parliament to the government. The Parliamentary Oil and Gas Committee has returned the oil and gas bill to the government, aiming to reach a political agreement. Committee member Dargham al-Maliki stated that the government should amend the law to keep pace with global oil developments. The oil and gas law is a significant disagreement between the federal government and the Kurdistan region, with parties not reaching a settlement in the past 4 parliamentary sessions. The current session aims to find solutions to achieve understandings for the law to be passed. And the central bank has a lot going on this week. The Central Bank of Iraq has imposed guardianship of Bank of Zain Iraq Islamic, citing improper management practice and unsafe business operations. The decision was made to ensure the stability and safety of the Iraqi banking system. The U.S. Treasury is implementing control over the Central Bank of Iraq to combat money laundering. 3 sources close to political and parliamentary decision-makings in Baghdad has revealed that the U.S. Treasury Department has taken a permanent headquarters in the Central Bank of Iraq. As a result of these pressures on the Iraqi banking system to reduce money laundering and dollar smuggling operations, the governor of the central bank was forced to allocate an entire floor to the U.S. Treasury Department to monitor money transfer operations and prevent illegal activities. A team of American employees is working permanently at the Central Bank of Iraq to ensure Iraq's compliance with international standards for combating money laundering and terrorist financing. The Iraqi banking sector is suffering from increasing pressures, experts by the U.S. Treasury, to prevent the smuggling of dollars to countries such as Iran, Russia, and Syria, which face economic sanctions. The policy of the Central Bank of Iraq is characterized by randomness and the absence of clear strategic plan to protect the Iraqi funds from smuggling. Iraq exports over 8 million barrels of crude oil and its derivatives monthly to America. Iraq's exported over 8 million barrels of crude oil and its derivatives to the U.S. in May, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. The following is a decrease in oil and derivatives exports in April, with Iraq's exports dropping by 2.52 million barrels. OPEC's exports to the U.S. in April were 47,348,000 barrels, with Saudi Arabia leading the pack at 15,069,000 barrels. Iraq's oil exports to the U.S. have increased significantly in the recent due to increased oil productions and global demands. The Iraqi Trade Bank has extended an invitation to exchange companies to participate in the dollar sales window. The Iraqi Trade Bank has invited licensed exchange companies to participate in the cash dollar sales window for travelers. The bank has called on companies in categories A and B to review their branches and open special bank accounts to participate in the buying and selling of foreign currencies for the cash dollar. Reminding you that the Central Bank of Iraq has decided to sell the dollars exclusively through corporate outlets and at banks at international airports that started back on July 4th, 2024. And I don't want to keep you any longer than I have to, but wait, the central bank governor Ali al-Awlaq has rolled out changes in the dollar exchange rate, stating that the bank sells over $250 million daily at the official rate and covers foreign trade requirements without fundamentalist methods. He also stated that the view that the dollar price has risen or fallen is not true indicator, and that the financial situation in Iraq is still within the state budget. The central bank is in major transformation process by reorganizing foreign trade with international institutions involved. The bank is also focusing on getting everyone involved in sound fundamentalist channels and opening channels for Chinese, Turkish, Indian, Admiralty currencies. A new audit mechanism for foreign exchange trading is nearing launch, and meetings in New York will discuss lifting sanctions on banks and reviewing transfers. The bank's initiatives have an exceptional role in filling out housing deficits, but the capital increase clause for real estate banks and budget housing fund has not been implemented yet. And you've been watching Newsroom Weekly Review. I'm Chella Smith with your Middle East U.S. entertainment news on reforms and economics of Iraq. I bring you the latest in our news without having to keep up with all the different outlets. I'm here on YouTube every Friday, and I'm also on Patreon daily. So don't forget to subscribe and turn those notification bells on. If you like my content, give me a thumbs up. If you really like my content, you can always seed a super chat or a super thanks in the comment section below. I hope you guys have enjoyed this week's broadcast. I'm on my way up to the Antique Machinery Show. Again, thank you for being a subscriber, and thank you for visiting Newsroom Chella Smith for your trusted Dinar news. I'll see you guys next week. Have a fabulous weekend, everyone. Take care. Make sure you join us Fridays, 4 p.m. with Newsroom Updates with Chella Smith Entertainment News.